Okay, so welcome back to the channel. Really, I didn't have an idea for a name of this episode I'm doing. It just came to me. I literally have done all the work you're about to see in this video, and really what I want to call it is, actually I'm going to stop him right there before he makes a really dumb decision in saying a really stupid title name. The actual title name, or something I thought of calling it, was actually how to do a budget-minded hot rod, a budget-minded engine swap, the concept of buying something for you to use on your hot rod or ricer or X name of something. So the whole concept of this video is watching the vehicles that I'm retrieving for a project to show you the basis of how this happens, and to kind of understand throughout, or kind of talk about throughout the video, what the whole purpose of buying these vehicles are for. So we'll get into that. Let me first show you the wonderful video over here of us retrieving the vehicles, and then we'll come back here and I'll explain a little bit more in detail about why we're doing this combination. Alright, videos. Alright, so it's me and Trey today, and we're actually heading towards the junkyard that I bought the 65 Fairlane out of, and we're going to pick it up and take it to the crack house, and then we can start building on it. And also we're picking up a secondary vehicle, which you'll see later on in the video. Dude, I'm still sleepy. But yeah, we're going to go pick that up, and we'll get to the next video, drop off the Fairlane, we'll go over it a little bit better, and then we'll go pick up our other vehicle. Over here at Deer Creek, and unfortunately, a 1979 Dodge D100 has fallen to the wayside. So, you know, cab's not too bad. You know, I didn't expect to be filming this today on our little adventure, but, you know, the bed's roached. But it's still sad to see these trucks go. I can use this dashboard too. Like, man, I can use a lot of parts off this truck. For Shelly. Damn, that sucks. Might have to come back and save some off of that. Just need to start calling the Classic Crusader. Good lord. But yeah, there's still some good parts here. I'm about to go talk to the junkyard man, not to squish this one just yet. Damn it. Alright. Be right back. There she is. Oh, just with the gentlest of touches, I guess. Such a dick, you know that. This window's not big enough for me. Oh! God damn.
Hold on hinges.
Why don't you put the damn camera down and help me, you bastard? Oh, you put the... You're such
a... document it.
Such a... Oh, it's hanging out well.
Come on.
Oh, my ass is hanging out. Oh, yeah, when I eat shit, you're such an ass. There's nothing to grab on. Sucks. Oh, you're such a cock.
I'll tell you what, it's a sturdy door.
Yeah, f*** off. So much bleeping in that segment. Alright. Jesus, now we gotta get the hood closed. After friends are being penises, gentle with it 'cause it's already starting to crease. We'll do a quick walk around a little bit better. But yeah, she's very solid. That's what I loved about her. So, good news is we found a title for it. So now we can save it, drop the tank, which may be salvageable, maybe not. Looks like it's got an 8-inch rear end in it, or a 9. Might be too small for a 9. But it's a good little rat rod project that we're gonna have. So let's go get this dropped off the crack house and we'll do more talking about it. Oh, son of a bitch! Could've came out the passenger door. Well, we all want to know where we're at now. We're at the wonderful crack house. Look at that. Look at the sunshine on her. She's already looking happy. Well, the good news is we have trees coming. I don't think it's going to be that easy to take off. She may be whittled, but man, she's a whittle heavy. Oh, you heavy bitch. Alright, let's go get the other piece of junk. So if you're ever in the Chillicothe area where we're gonna go pick up a vehicle at, you have to stop at Sunburger because, you know, little American flag in every single one, but these sandwiches are the best. Good old Sunburger sandwich. Fire some fries, coleslaw, and ketchup. So, if you're ever in Chillicothe, Ohio, go to Sunburger. So we just picked up the secondary vehicle. We didn't get a chance to video putting it on the trailer because, you know, we were busy loading it, but it's a 1988 F-250. Now, the F-250, we don't plan on keeping the truck, the F-250, we don't plan on actually keeping the truck itself. All we're doing is that it was a cheap vehicle that we bought for less than $600, and we're going to use the 351 Windsor engine that's inside of it to put in a 65 Fairlane. So there's two things that are going to happen with these vehicles. We're going to show you one, how to actually build a project vehicle and make money back on it to where you're not that deep in debt on the car, and also how quickly can you build a car with using junkyard parts, engine swap parts, stuff like that for very cheap. So we're gonna make sure that we have everything written down, every dollar, every procedure, everything that we've done, everything that could be notable on camera, and show you here on YouTube. So we figured we'd stop off real quick and see a family member, but this is the wonderful candidate that's going to be giving up parts and pieces for the 65. It is a 1988 Ford F-250 expanding foam piece of shit. Yeah, it's a little rough in here, guys. Yep, so this truck is the perfect candidate because... Is the hood closed, Trey? Okay, hold on. She's the perfect candidate because we can resell parts off of it, and it has the 351 Windsor in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this fuel injection system off, put a carburetor on it to clean it up, get rid of the air pump, get rid of the power steering pump because it's manual steering inside of the Fairlane. But yeah, that's our plan with it so far, so we'll see when we get it unloaded. Okay, so welcome back. Hope you enjoyed our little escapade, but here's what I want to talk about, is that even though we're using this 1965 Ford Fairlane 4-door for our subject of this whole matter, this can be applied to really anything. So we bought the 88 F250 right beside us because it shared the same engine family, or the same engine that we can use in this car. So this could be the same thing for if you have a Honda, or if you have a motorcycle. If you have anything that might be applicable to this actual idea, is that you buy the one that you want, which we want the 60s 4-door, and then use something that's not as desirable nowadays and cheaper. So that's why we bought the whole vehicle, because now we have all these parts we can resell, reuse. We can pull fuel lines off of this, and we can sell transmission, the interior, the hood, the front fenders, the door, maybe not the door, but we have all these different things that we can reuse on this. And it also came with a couple electric fuel pumps we can use on this car with a regulator. So we're already ahead. So the premise behind this is that think outside of the box. Don't just look for your next engine to swap in. Look for your next vehicle that has the engine you want to swap, because now you haven't just bought an engine that you can't sell anything off of. You've now bought a vehicle that you can sell fenders, lights, seats, and everything else. And when you're building your project car, you can have other parts too. If you don't have a lot of space, it's a quick, easy thing. You pull the engine out, you sell what you can, you scrap the rest. You're making money back on your investment, so long as it's not like a Lamborghini or something weird that's really expensive and hoity-toity. But, so, let's get this thing started. So yesterday we left off with me trying to do the fuel system, but I forgot fuel, and we had some cut lines, and there was just a bunch of bullshit. So we'll go into firing up the truck, attempting to fire up the truck, maybe doing a burnout, maybe, but yeah, and at the end we'll go over a little bit more. So here we go. So the good news is, if it's even rolling, yep, so the good news is this. Let me show you. Positive side up. Everything makes noise. Make sure it's out of gear, because that's how everything goes. Out of gear. All happy. Kind of. So, it runs, but there's no fuel. Here's what happens. So I knew that the guy kind of had a weird modified system on this. Really, I didn't know the extent of it because I really had other shit to do, and I really wasn't sticking around to figure it out. Going faster than you need to can bite you in the ass sometimes. So let me get you here. Here's what I was trying to do. So what originally he did is he cut the fuel line. I put this in. This is my own doing here. Cut the fuel line that's supposed to go from the tank that either sits here or back there. Cut it from here and use this. Problem is, this is negative cable and the positive is on the ground. Right there. So, let me just give you the scoop of vision here. Is that if you look down here, as you see the line with the hose clamp, that's what I have to hook into. So, he has these two inline filters, or these two inline pumps, but they don't reach the actual gas can. So, today's Saturday, when everything was filmed. So now, I have to wait till tomorrow. I guess Sunday is going to be the day that this thing runs. Also, they painted this thing in like rhino liner or house paint. Not pretty. Okay, so we have our 1 gallon gas can in. We have the return line inside of the actual fuel. We have our line that's running to our fuel pump under the truck that you can probably hear whirling a little bit. So let's go ahead and try to see if it'll fire up and stay running. The problem is, you probably noticed the water bottle there. That's, well, you'll see in a minute. So here we go. No gas in it. See what happens, right? It wants to fire. problem is that it's not keeping enough fuel pressure for it to actually run with the fuel injection system. If this was a carbureted vehicle, this thing would probably be running no problem. So now I don't like doing this because last time I did it, I about lost half the hair on my hand, and Trey lost part of his lawn. So it's another story. So open it up wide, spray a lot, probably gonna catch on fire, and ignition. Too much gas, too much gas. Too much gas. It sounds great. That's the good thing about it. It idles well. But with the fuel injection system and how botched this truck is underneath, I mean, I had to replace with, if you've ever done plumbing before and you had to use the brass connectors that are gradually graded and they get, you know, they have the ribs on, you gotta use graphite to get them on, sucks. So I had to fix the return line. I should probably kill the fuel pump. But I'm not upset because it does run and I'm not keeping the fuel injection system. It's going into the 65 right next to us. So this thing's going to get parted out for as much as I can, which is going to be much because, to be honest, the reason I chose this truck is because it is rough. I mean, there is foam in the door and also in the cab corners. So this truck is rough, to say the least. The hydraulic doesn't work because the line is cut for the hydraulic clutch. It's a mess. It is really a freaking mess. So my plan is to pull the 351 Windsor out and shoehorn it into our 65 Fairlane. So once again, this falls out of the concept of I paid $400 for this truck and now I'm getting the Cleveland out of it, or Cleveland, fuck, Windsor. It is a Windsor engine. I'm getting the 351 out of it, which is going into the Fairlane. I have $400 on the Fairlane. Now, I can sell the 6-cylinder. That could be 50 bucks. Transmission, $200. Front axles, $200. This is all rounded numbers. So right there, $200 for the transmission and the transfer case, or the transmission and the axles. I've now paid for my engine in this truck. I can scrap the truck. I have a title for it. I can sell the doors. I can sell the hood. I can sell the fenders. I can sell whatever I can off this, and in the end, scrap it. So the good news is that I will have less money in that car because I chose to go with a bulk item, a vehicle, not something just the engine. I went with the whole truck, and now I have a lot of things to sell and a lot of heavy things to take off. So hopefully this is educational and you can put it into your aspect of your build or your next build. So sorry, no burnout. Can't keep it running long enough. I guess next time, I have to get the wagon running or something for a burnout machine. I don't know. Thank you for watching.